Hello knitters, Barbara Benson here. I am an independent knitwear designer who also likes to make videos here on my YouTube channel, Watch Barbara Knit. If you'd like to know more about my knitwear designs, please check in the description below, and there you will find a link to my Ravelry page where you will be able to see all of the patterns I have available for you to purchase and knit up. Also in the description below you will find a link to the Watch Barbara Knits Facebook group, where if you'd like to come over and join, we can continue the conversations that we start here on the YouTube channel. And you're really going to want to check in the description today, because there you will find the link to my new pattern. I am so excited. I have teased this to y'all. I showed it to you unblocked, but now it is ready to rock and roll and available on Ravelry right now. Here it is. You will probably recognize the gorgeous green color that it is. It is absolutely amazing, and it's super soft. This is Black Wolf Ranch, and it is an alpaca cormo blend, which is a super interesting and unique fiber content. It's Spirit Sport. Did I already say that? Who knows? So this is in sport weight yarn. I'm just going to toss it on for right now. And so I used 2 skeins, and the skeins I had I bought at Yarn Fest, and I think they were a show special. They were actually 280 yards a skein, whereas the normal put up, if you look on Ravelry, is actually 320 yards a skein. So if you decide to actually use this yarn to knit it up, you can actually make an even bigger shawl than I did. But I don't think it's a big deal, because the way that this shawl was specifically designed, we are super duper flexible on yardage, and we are flexible on your gauge that you want to work it at. If you decided you wanted to knit this in fingering weight or worsted weight or whatever you wanted to do, the way it is designed, you'll be able to do that. Now, the way it works, which end did it start on? It's kind of hard to tell. So it starts at this end, and the cast on is actually only about 3. So what you do is you cast on here, and you work some of this really fun and easy texture stitch. It's just knits and purls. And then we have one setup panel of lace, because as you can see, it goes all the way. Can you see? Let me put my hand on it. It goes all the way to the end. And then we have this, and it is a 12 row, I think. 1, 2, 4, 6. I'm not sure, maybe 8. I don't know. Wait a minute. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Maybe it's 16 rows. You'll have to get the pattern to find out. It's not a very long repeat. And what it is each repeat creates this lace with the texture. And the lace stays the same size, but the texture keeps getting bigger and bigger. And the idea behind this is what I wanted to do. When you think about lace trim on a shawl, what you think about is lace along the bottom. You know, it's just typical and beautiful. And I've designed many a shawl like that, but I wanted to see what happened if I moved the lace so it was on the neckline, so that it framed the neck. See, it's around your face. And I wanted to see what happened, and frankly, I think it looks awesome. It pretty much did exactly what I was hoping it would do. Now, when I showed this off to y'all, I asked you to help me name it. And it, didn't surprise me at all that most of y'all went towards the color, the green. And the thing is, I try to avoid naming patterns after the color, because I want y'all to be able to knit it whatever color you want to. But I did really get the foresty feel. So after listening to all the foresty and wood-like suggestions, I started thinking about forest, and I thought that the lace kind of looks like fern fronds. And so I looked up, and there is a type of fern that grows from the forest floor, and part of the Latin name is Onoclea. So I thought that was a fun sound. It doesn't really, nobody's gonna be like, oh, that's a fern. It's just a nice sound, and it's a pretty word, and sometimes that's the way I like to name things. So Onoclea, O-N-O-C-L-E-A, is the name of this shawl. And as I said, it took I did it in 2 skeins of sport, but you could use, you know, whatever weight you want. And I ended up with a nice big shawl. If you did it in fingering weight, you could use 1 skein, a skein and a half, you know, you make it as big as you want. And that's the great thing about this style of shawl. You start here and you just keep on adding and keep on adding, and eventually you bind off here. And the drape of it, look at that. Isn't it fabulous? And that comes from working at a needle size larger than whatever weight yarn you're typically working with calls for. So if you were doing it on a fingering, most fingering says to work it on a 1 or a 2. I knit fingering weight shawls on like a 5. This I think was on a 7 or an 8. It'll say it on the pattern. I really am happy with how this texture came out. It's just enough to be interesting, but again, it's just knits and purls. But you can sort of see, look at me, like, woo, you can see how it has a more than just garter texture to it. So this is Onoclea. Because of how much texture we have here, it would work great in a variegated color. So if you have a skein or 2 that you've been trying to figure out what to do with it, you could totally do it on this. And it is I'm super excited to see what y'all knit up with this pattern. I want to see what yarns you choose. I want to see what how big you make them. I mean, you could make like a super small one and it would be like a scarf, or you can make a super big one and it'd be like a cape. It'll be so much fun. But here, you can wear it like this, and then you've still got plenty to bring around. And that's what I really like, that the lace is up here. I think that looks fun. And I think I still have more back here. Yep, look at there, still coming around. So much shawl. So I hope y'all like this. Oh, my sleeve's being all flippy. What is it doing? I hope y'all like this new shawl. I know I teased you a bit and I got it out as quickly as I could. It has been through tech editing, and I had a couple of test knitters read it over and make sure it all made sense. The reason why I decided to design this shawl is because we are about ready to finish up in the library with the needles, with the candlestick knit along, which was mosaic lace. So it's color work and lace. So it did require a good bit of brain power. And I don't know about y'all, but I was ready for a little bit of comfort knitting. This shawl, it only has knit, purl, yarn over, knit 2 together, slip, slip, knit, and knit front back. Very easy stitches. It's a very repetitive pattern. You can carry it. I'm pretty sure you're going to memorize it fairly quickly if you start working on it, or just really only have to glance at the pattern every once in a while. Once you get into the rhythm of it, it is something that you can carry along with you in a knitting bag to pick up and put down, because it's fairly easy to tell where you are in the pattern. You can Netflix it. You can watch TV while knitting this one. It's not one that requires a huge amount of brain power. So I thought that would be a good thing to follow up. Whenever I do something a little bit on the crazy side, I try to bring something in that's a little less cuckoo. So, Onoclea, tell me what you think about it. Believe it or not, I like this lace along the neckline so much. I'm already working on another one. If y'all could let me know if you think that's a good idea, if you like this concept and want to see more. If you like this video, please give it the thumbs up, click that like button. And if you'd like to be notified whenever I upload a new video, please subscribe to my channel and select notifications. Thank you so much.